Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's Easy Game here with another video for you guys. If you haven't been by my Twitch recently, a lot of people have been confused about the new systems, how to get your character, gems, enchants, work orders, everything like that. And honestly, it's really confusing, even for me. I couldn't figure it out. I just barely have figured some of it out. I probably don't even know everything, but basically I want to make this video. I think it's going to help pretty much everybody that's playing right now if you want to get ready for PvP. I know us PvPers are generally really lazy when it comes to gearing our characters, not like our PvE brethren, but this video should hopefully help every PvPer figure out exactly what they need to do to get their character in peak condition to do the most damage possible. So let's start. We're in the auction house. So first things first, you can get 3 sockets in your necks. All right, so what you want to do is you go to item enhancements, you go to neck. Where's the neck? Right here. There should be 3 tiered medallion settings right here. Okay, so right now, for some reason, the silver is more expensive or cheaper than the bronze. So right now, I would buy 2 of the silvers, 1 of the gold. And what you do, you put it into your neck like this. Okay, you see I have 3 sockets. But what you want to make sure that you do is use the two lower tiered ones. So let's say you bought a bronze and a silver and a gold. You make sure you use them in the correct order. It has to be bronze, silver, gold. And in this case, you would buy 2 silvers, so you would go silver, silver, gold. If you don't do it in that order, you're going to be screwed. If you use the gold one first, you're going to have to buy another one. You're going to get scammed out of gold. I don't know why they did it this way, but that's the way it works. The gold one has to go in last. It has to be your 3rd gem. So however way you want to buy these other ones, just make sure that the gold one, you only need 1. Make sure that it goes in 3rd. Otherwise, you're going to get scammed out of some gold, okay? So that's the first thing. Then you got to buy the gems, okay? And when you go to the auction house, for some reason, they don't show up on gems. So let's say I wanted haste, right? Where are they? Are there no new gems? Yes, there are new gems. They're just not here, okay? So what you have to do is you have to go to other. Bam, here are all the gems. I don't know why it's this way. Maybe they'll fix it, but here's all the gems. There's 3 qualities for every single thing with crafting in this expansion. There's 3 qualities. There's gold, which is the 3 stars. There's silver, which is the 2, and then there's bronze, right? So the golds are pretty expensive right now. So unless you're an oil tycoon on WoW, I probably wouldn't buy them until the conquest gear comes out. I've just been buying the silvers. They're usually relatively cheap, and they're better than the bronzes. Sometimes they're even cheaper than the bronzes for some reason. So I've just been buying the silvers. There's a lot of different combinations of gems here. Huge selection. What I noticed also is that the combination gems like this one, they're actually better stat points than the single one. So if you look here, this one gives me 60 haste, 28 verse, right? So that's 88 total secondary stats. So if I look at the one that just gives me haste, where's the one that just gives me haste? Right here, 75. See, so you actually get less secondary stats. So I think it's actually better to buy the hybrid ones because you get more overall secondary stats. You get an extra 13 extra secondary stats. So I think it's actually better to buy these hybrid ones. Also, so there's 2, and you want to buy 2 of those gems, okay? And then the 3rd gem I'll talk about later in the video. You have to get a work order for it, and I'll talk about that when I get to the work orders, because you can't buy these 3rd one. It's basically like meta gems, if you guys remember those. You can only have 1. It's a purple, but you have to do a crafting order. I'll talk about that later in the video. If you want to just skip ahead to that, you can, but for now, just don't worry about it. That's your 3rd gem. So then you need enchants, and there's a lot of enchants in this expansion, okay? A lot. Let's go to the enchants. First thing is one that you're probably going to skip over. I'm just going to search here. Okay, there's 2. They're for your pants, okay? There's armor kits for the strength and the leather users, agility and strength. And then there's spell threads for healers and casters. So the best ones are temporal spell thread, which probably what the healers are going to use, increases your int and your mana. And then there's frozen spell thread, which is int and stam. Obviously the gold ones are super expensive. I usually buy, like I said, I've been buying the silver ones for everything. So the 2 stars, they're not too bad. They're 5k each. So you want to buy one of these, slap it on your pants. You know, big damn, right? I don't have it on my pants yet for some reason, but on this character. But yeah, you want to buy these, slap them on. And then for agility and strength, you want to buy these armor kits. I think fierce is the best one for DPS. Again, the 3 stars is really expensive. Probably wouldn't buy it right now. For your honor gear, I would just buy the silver one. And then there's also frosted armor kit if you want armor. It still gives you agility and strength. It just doesn't. It gives you armor instead of stam. I don't know why you would want that in PvP, but you can if you want it. Alright, so now the normal enchants, which are pretty much the same way they've always been, but there's a lot of different slots that there were before. So first things, the wrist enchant, a lot of different options here. There's speed, leech, avoidance. I think speed is obviously probably the best one here. You want to buy devotion of speed, it's the highest one. And when you're also when you're browsing, the tooltips are bugged on the auction house. I probably should have mentioned this earlier. Tooltips are bugged, okay? So even though it says they're the same, they're not. The gold one is actually stronger. For some reason, when you look at it on the auction house, the tooltip is the same for all of them, but it's not actually the same. When you purchase it, it's in your inventory, you'll see that it's not the same. I don't know when they're going to fix this, but trust me when I say the gold ones are actually better. That's why they're more expensive. So, like, again, I would buy the silver one. Let's go to the next one, chest. The chest enchant is basically the same. It gives you stats. There's one. It's pretty much just like it was in Shadowlands, except agility actually has one that gives them speed. That's pretty good, and strength has them one that gives them stamina. So I think that might be better than just the stats, the stamina. I'm not sure. The waking stats one might just be the best. You're gonna have to do the research on your class to figure out which one's best. But this one's probably really good for healer. It gives you 3% more mana on top of the 5% you got from the spell thread. So it's a lot of extra mana to your pool. Next up is the cloak. Check out the cloak enchants. Again, there's only 3 options here. So it's speed, avoidance, and leech. I think this leech one is actually pretty good. I'm not sure if it's going to be better than speed. I think these are the only 2 options. I don't think you're going to want avoidance. But this leech one heals you out of combat for almost 9,000 every 5 seconds. That's pretty good in RBGs and maybe even arena. But then again, there's speed, which is just speed, and speed is always good. So I don't know which one of these is better right now, but you definitely want to slap one of these on. Like I said, I'd go for silver. This is cheaper right now. Weapon enchants. There's actually a lot of different options for weapons enchant. I think Sophic Wit is going to be the best one for most classes. Or no, Sophic Devotion, sorry. The one that gives you primary stat is probably going to be the best one for most classes. There's also ones that give you haste and speed. There's pretty much one for every single secondary stat proc. I still think the main stat's probably the best one for most classes, but you know, do the research on your own class. If you have any questions, feel free to stop on my stream and I'll say, hey, what's the best class for this? What's the best stat for this class? And I'll probably be able to answer you, and if not, I can find the information for you. Next up, ring enchants. Same as always, verse, mastery, crit. It's pretty much the same as Shadowlands. Again, tooltips are bugged, so you know these actually are better. The gold ones actually are better than the silver by a little bit, like 10 stat, I think, 10 of the stat. I would buy the silver ones for now. Wait on the gold ones for your conquest gear. Again, just buy the stat that's best for your class. We already went over the legs. Feet, there's some enchants for the feet for everybody. It's not like it was in Shadowlands. So there's one that increases your mounted speed. Not sure if this works in PvP or not. Haven't tested it. If it does, it might be pretty good. This one increases stam. And then there's just a flat 200 speed. That one's really good. That's probably the best one. That's the one I'm probably going to go with. 200 speed flat. Really strong. Extra speed. So now it pretty much sums up what you need to do for your gear. Now we're going to go through the work orders. This is even more complicated than all of that stuff I just went through. The work orders, honestly, I still don't even understand them completely, but let's fly over there real quick and show you what it's about. Basically, I'll show you the gem first, because that's what I was talking about earlier in the video. So there's purple gems right here. There's 4 different ones. Yeah, 4 different ones. It's a primary stat, secondary stat. They're all primary, secondary. So let's say I wanted, I'm on my evoker. Let's say I wanted mastery, right? That's the best stat. Here's the recipe. You can't, you need to have these yourself, okay? So you have to go buy these on the auction house. Primal Chaos is used for a lot of things. You can't buy these. They're soulbound. You have to farm these yourself. You can get them from World Quest, get them from spam queuing BGs, RBGs, probably ranked arena when it comes out. We'll probably give these out every other game or every game. I don't know. I know that BGs, normal BGs give them, so rated BGs will probably give you even more. But you need the Primal Chaoses, so do what you can to farm these right now. You need these for the work orders. All this other stuff you could buy, so you can either farm it or buy it. And then when you want to craft it, there's a thing called commission. It's basically a tip, but you want to make sure that the tip is high, because the crafters that are crafting these, they can only do 20 of these a day. And obviously they're going to pick the ones that are paying the most, right? They only have 20 of these a day. So if your commission is too low, it might either take forever or never happen. So don't be stingy on the commissions. Just, you know, if you want it done quick, for the gym, I'd probably put like 1,000 to 5,000, maybe more if you're rich. But you want to do it quick. You want to do it high, because if you don't, you might not ever get it crafted. Okay, so that's the gems. The other thing you're going to do work orders for is there's a 5% crafted piece for every armor class. They're called Infurious. So let's go here. Infurious right here. There's all of them. See? Here's the plate ones, leather. So each type of armor, there's 2 of them. One of them does something completely, I don't know, they're all different. And then one of them is 5% CC reduction. It stacks with the trinkets too. So you have a total of 15% CC reduction if you have both, all right? You can't change the stats on these for some reason. I wish you can, but you can't. So if you're leather, you're going to have to get crit burst. If you're, what is this, male, you're going to have haste burst, etc. You can't change the stats on them. But for these, again, it's going to cost you 40 primal chaos. You need to farm this too. For some reason, they're BOP. I think they're not supposed to be. This is only for male though. All the other ones, you can just buy all the mats except for primal chaos. I don't know why male is this way. But it's the same thing. You got to get all these things, leave a commission. For this one, I would probably leave a higher commission because these ones are highly sought out. Everybody's trying to get these. You want it crafted quickly, leave a high commission. So yeah, and you also, oh, one important thing, Spark of Ingenuity. Some of you might not have this and you're going to be confused and say, well, how do I get a Spark of Ingenuity? I can't buy it. It's mine on pickup. So this is done through a quest. I'll open the map and show you where you do it. The quest spawns over here somewhere on this right side. It might spawn in the middle, depending on if you've done the first part of it. It used to be bugged to where you had to do the campaign, but they just recently fixed it today, so where all your alts can get it. So if you don't have it on your alts before, you should be able to log in. It's Engine of Innovation right here. That's where you get the quest. You get a quest, tells you to go to Azure Span, you talk to some guy, then this person sends you in the air, you fly through some rings, blah, blah, blah. Then you come back, do the rest of it, you get a Spark of Ingenuity. Bam. Can't get another one right now. It's time gated. So the next one that you can get, you're not going to be able to get until the season starts. So you only get one. So you can't craft 2 pieces. You can't craft both of those PvP pieces that I just showed you. You only craft one. I suggest the 5% CC reduction. Maybe if your armor type has a better one, like let's see. I think the leather one is good. And Furious. 1% more damage. Okay, never mind. That one's not good. Yeah, I don't. But the other one you can't craft yet, anyways. I would just focus on the 5% damage reduction one. I think the cloth one might be good, but I would focus on the 5% damage reduction. Like I said, it's time gated. Can't get more. And I think that pretty much sums up everything you need to do to get ready. It's really complicated at first, but I think once everybody gets used to it, it won't be that complicated. It's an interesting new system. The craft, they've done a lot with the crafting. It's kind of cool. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to hit me up on Twitch. I'm going to leave my link in the description if you're not already following my channel. If you are, then I hope to see you there. And like I said, if you have any questions about what stats are best for your class or spec, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. As always, subscribe and like the video if this has helped you out. If it didn't help you out, you know, whatever, leave a comment. And I will see you guys around the next video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped some of you out there. And out, everybody.